Hello everybody out there on YouTube, and welcome to race number 8 of Season 7 NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series. We are only just a few races away from All-Star Weekend, so this is going to be one of those races here where it's going to be all about trying to win in order to get themselves into the All-Star race, depending on who you are. Hi, I'm Levi McIntyre, aka ThrashManiac99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Aaron's 499 here at Talladega Superspeedway. This is going to be a different Talladega than what we're used to. We're going to be racing at the 2001 Talladega because I want to experiment with this particular track to see how the racing is going to turn out. But anyways, let's take a look at how the point standings look. The top 20 come into this race. After the chaotic race we had at Texas last week, Chris Michaels leads the points by 3 points over PJ Williams. Third is Danny Wells. Fourth, Charles Jackson. Fifth, Preston Blord. Our defending champion has been pretty consistent so far. He's just maybe buying his time and just making sure he stays in the top 10 before he lets out the big guns. Sixth is Dylan Thoreau. Seventh is last week's winner, Michael Norman. Eighth, Benjamin Miles, who's the highest of the rookies in the point standings, but not the rookie points leader. Ninth, Zachary Fitzwater, and 10th is our rookie points leader, Kyle Corbett. The rest of the top 20 is David Rivera, Dylan Poteet, our pole sitter for the race, Cody Lamas, Alex Hawkins, Jesse Setti, Angel Navarro, Jessica Villanueva, Stephen Pollard III, Trent Dunham, and Tanner Sullivan. So that does it for the look at the point standings, as you've already seen the starting lineup, but I'm going to look at the top 10 real quick. Cody Lamas on the pole, second Dorian Facepuncher, third Pichu London, fourth Ian Dutta, fifth Benjamin Miles, sixth is Austin LaPlante, seventh is Joshua Balkin, eighth Angel Navarro, ninth Kyle Matthews, 10th is James McLeod. So let's go ahead and get the command to fire engines!
Drivers, start your engines!
And there you have it. But also, just as a side note, we have in the rookie standings, it is very, very close. The rookie standings with all 5 drivers is only separated by, I think, 4 points. 4 points separate first through 5th. And there's a 3-way tie for second place, who are 2 points behind. Kyle Corbett's the rookie points leader, but then it's a 3-way tie. Excuse me. With Tanner Sullivan, Jessica Villanueva, Benjamin Miles. Jeffrey Rose right now last in the rookie standings from what I can think is how it was. I'm going to quick check that out just to be sure, so you may experience a quick freeze for a moment. Yeah, I was right, it was Jeffrey Rose. I should just trust myself, but sometimes I don't. Benjamin Miles, though, after finishing top 10 last week at Texas, getting his first career top 10, he's moved himself up from 12th to 8th in the standings. He's the highest driver in the standings, not only as a rookie, but as with only just 1 top 10, no top 5s in the standings, in 8th. The highest driver in the standings without a top 5, but with 2 top 10s, is third place Danny Wells, who's only 4 points out of the points lead. But we're going to see how the racing's going to turn out here at Talladega 2001 version. Excuse me. Pace cars in pit road, which means it's time to Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go Talladega racing, boys and girls. How ironic it was for Dorian Facepuncher to have to start second next to his old number from the past 3 seasons, the number 15. Already a hint of 4 wide racing with Ian Dutta being all the way up almost to the wall, but the good thing with Talladega, you can go 4 wide and make it work. It's if you try going 5 wide is where it gets very, very tricky. Whereas with oval-shaped plate tracks, like Coca-Cola and M&M's, they can go 5 wide. 6 wide is the tricky portions of those kind of tracks. And Kyle Matthews actually led lap number 1, not Cody Lamas. As Lamas is starting to slip back a little bit, he may be, he might have wanted to have led lap number 1. And oh, I hear a wreck! And it's a big one! The big one has happened, although I don't think it's with too many cars. It's just multiple. Dylan Poteet's around. Pichu London was sent around. I think Poteet got through with minimal damage. Pichu London, however, I think he got rear end damage. PJ Williams got, I think, the most out of that. The worst out of it. Seth Cole just got some side damage and a little buckle on his hood. Stephen Pollard III got a piece of it. Trent Dunham even had a piece of it, but some of these guys are going to continue. Now we need to keep an eye on these guys to make sure they don't start stacking up into each other. That would be terrible, but so far, just our first caution of the race. It was only just for about 5 cars involved, not really a big one. It was just a multiple car incident. But so far, the racing we are seeing here at Talladega has been very, very good. This 2001 Talladega is really, really good for these guys, apparently. And I think they're all going to slow down without hitting each other, so that's good. Some cars are trying to slow up to let other people into their spots. Kyle Matthews, however, is the race leader, just waiting for the pace car to pick him up, so that way they can all get up to the 24. But with Kyle Matthews being the leader, let's go ahead and take a look at the replay of what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Talladega. Well, we're going to see what's going to happen up ahead. It looked like they were trying to go 5 wide. Chris Michaels, I think, came up in the PJ Williams, and that's what started it. We're actually going to go to PJ Williams' perspective and go to helicopter view to see what happened. Yeah, they were 5 wide. There was just, I guess they were giving each other plenty of room. And oh, I think maybe Williams came down a bit, Michaels came up a little bit. It's like as if Williams tried to get behind Michaels, and Michaels tried to get in front of Williams, but there was just not enough space for them to do that. And I think that's what happened. They were trying to let each other in, although they weren't relatively close with that, however. James Silverfox actually got a piece of that too. Let's see Dylan Poteet if he actually did hit anything. So far he avoids just a little kiss on the wall, but I don't think it's going to be enough to make him go off the pace. I think he's still going to be up to speed, and he may have a chance to win this race still. But let's actually take a look and see how fast he was going at the time of hitting that wall. About 85. And he just barely hit it, so I don't think it's going to slow him down at all. Maybe just a tad bit, but once in the draft, he should be okay. But I'm not making any guarantees. But anyways, let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at Talladega. Well, no cars out of the race after that caution, but we came back late because there were pit stops taking place, and they're just now trying to get everybody back up into line as the pace car lights are out, coming off of 4 here. But real quick, a look at the top 10, and then the lineup's starting to get really, really weird. This may be a dangerous restart, because some cars who are trying to get in their spot aren't letting people in, so this restart could end up being pretty bad. Look at that, 3 wide for second, it looks like, coming to this restart. This is going to be the most bizarre restart we are ever going to have in the Walmart Cup Series. Look at that, 3 wide. I don't know, maybe those guys may get penalized and are probably going to have to get them back in the pit road. Probably, I'm not sure, but we didn't get to go through the lineup, but when they came through to scoring the top 10, it was Charles Sanford, Dougie Shears, Chris Michaels, Sean Galligan, Chase Oliver, Bob Jones, Matt McIntyre, Alex Hawkins, Michael Norman, Kyle Matthews. Yeah, everybody came in pit road during the caution. And also another interesting thing with this Talladega, you can use the apron on the backstretch and it won't be counted against you because it's a part of the racetrack with how it is. And whoa, Jessica Sheldon got bounced around in there, and I think Shears did get penalized, and he's now coming in the pit road to serve his penalty for an illegal restart, I would think, on his part. But yeah, I saw they were 5 wide for a second, and Sheldon was getting bounced around between a couple cars. But they settle it out, and everything's good. Battle for the lead, Sean Galligan now has it, and whoa, Benjamin Miles about wrecked himself in front of Jessica Sheldon, and it's 4 wide, 5 wide! They are 5 wide right now! Just be careful, let them each other in, there you go. Very good, smart driving on Kyle Matthews' part to let Benjamin Miles in front of him and then try to get all settled out. And now Jessica Sheldon coming underneath for the race lead, and she's not gotten off to the best start here in Season 7, our first ever Walmart Cup champion. And whoa, we got another wreck! And it's the big one! It's the big one, I think, or is it? I don't know. Jesse said he got turned around and damaged. Jessica Villanueva's got some scrapes. Kyle Matthews got a piece of it. Michael Norman was involved, our winner from Texas. Benjamin Miles got a piece of it. Cody Lamas was involved too. Rue McIntyre got a piece of it, but I think he's going to be able to keep it going. Alex Hawkins got a little rear end damage. And they're racing it back to the line, and Jessica Sheldon is the race leader. And there's Dougie Shears, who finished serving his penalty from that restart. I think they're going to be okay here. Real quick, let's go ahead and take a look at the replay of what brought the caution out for the second time here at Talladega. Well, it looks like Rue McIntyre wasn't giving Jesse Setti enough room there, and ends up coming up in front of Setti, and ends up getting her sideways, but I'm surprised nobody else was caught up in that, but I don't know about that. Rue McIntyre was drafting along with Austin LaPlante. I don't think Jesse Setti's going to be too happy with her boyfriend, Rue McIntyre. I think there's going to be some problems at the dinner table tonight for those two. But, because Rue McIntyre managed to get through that pretty much unscathed, just some scrapes. But Jesse Setti got the worst end of that deal as a result. But let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at Talladega. Well, only one car out of the race after that caution, and that's Jesse Setti. So, yeah, Setti, tough break for her. Pace car lights were still on when they came across the line, but now they're off once they got in the middle of turns 1 and 2 as pit stops were happening. But Anthony McCrory is the leader. Second is Danny Wells. Third, Joshua Collard. Fourth, Chris Washer. And he may have a shot at this because last time we were at a plate track was Daytona, and he won Daytona. Fifth is Angel Navarro. Sixth, Dylan Thoreau. Seventh, Chris Michaels. Eighth, David Rivera. Ninth, is Stephen Pollard III, 10th, Ian Dutta. And the rest of the top 20, Jessica Shelton, Jeffrey Rose, Sean Galligan, Tanner Sullivan, Preston Plord, Charles Jackson, Kyle Corbett, Zachary Fitzwater, Joshua Balkin, and Dylan Poteet. Then it's Matt McIntyre, as they're still trying to sort it out in the rest of the field. Oh, and we got a blown motor. Somebody blew their motor, and that's James McLeod. Something happened with him, and Michaels and Fitzwater came back into pit road. Wow, McLeod, I think it must have been a mechanical failure on his car, because he has a blown motor, and that's going to cost him big time. Man, McLeod just can't seem to catch a break here this season. He comes in dead last in the standings. Not the way he wanted to start this season compared to how last season he won a couple times and made the chase. This season he's just gone off to a rough start and he just can't catch a break. Right now McCurry's in the lead, but now Danny Wells is going to go by. As McCurry, I think he, after the restart, has started to slow up a little bit. And now Danny Wells is the leader. And how big would this be for Danny Wells to win this race? Oh, and Joshua Collard's coming in the pit road. I'm not sure if they're getting penalized or they're just didn't get enough fuel in their cars. I'm not entirely sure as to why they keep pitting at random times during the race. But right now, Wells is up at the front, but he's got Angel Navarro right behind him. And the field got kind of separated a little bit after Collard went into pit road. But now it's going to be battle for the lead. Ian Dutta goes to the point with help in the draft from Sean Galligan and Chris Washer. More cars coming in the pit road. I think those are some of the cars who stayed out under that caution and are now coming in to try to get fuel. And that, again, separated the field as it's now pretty much a four-car battle for the lead up here. And now Galligan goes to the point. And Galligan this season has led the most laps of anybody. 35 total laps here in Season 7. Those are two races he dominated and did not win. Galligan's been in desperation mode to try to get a win this season after getting kind of screwed over 2 races in a row, practically. Where in the world did Danny Wells go? Looking around for the 4. I think he ran out of fuel. Yeah, Wells ran out of fuel and is now coming into pit road. Yeah, it was like, because he just somehow just disappeared from the scene. Ran out of gas, apparently. But back up at the front, it is still Galligan in the lead, but Ian Dutta and Jessica Shelton are trying to make something happen. Dutta with a run to the inside, but doesn't quite get underneath him quick enough, so he stays tucked in line behind Galligan. Now he pulls Ed. But still, Galligan's just got a stronger car, it seems. Chris Washer now is going to potentially fall a lap down, and Galligan using Washer as a pick so he can stay ahead of Dutta. as more cars are in pit road making their pit stops. And we have not had a caution come out ever since the restart on lap 11? 10 or 11? So we've had a nice green flag run going here. Only 3 cars up here in this main pack are battling for the lead. And it's Galligan, Dutta, and Sheldon. However, Sheldon's fallen back a little bit as a result of dealing with the lap cars. So it's pretty much realistically between Dutta and Galligan right now, as we're in the halfway portion of the race. But Galligan stays up there, and now Sheldon trying to get around Chris Washer so she can enter that battle. But now that here comes Dutta, and now Ian Dutta to the lead with the draft help from Chris Washer and Jessica Sheldon. And I forgot Sheldon up there and for Hendrick trying to work with Washer so she can get back up there. But also at the same time, Washer's kind of holding Sheldon up a little bit as far as trying to make any moves to get to the lead. Oh, but now here comes Dutta in the pit road. That could be a sign for the other drivers who pitted during the caution to come back in. So it's like the fuel window's very, very short. Probably about 7-8 laps. I would think if it's green. Yeah, it looks like if it's a green flag run, it's 7-8 laps for the fuel window. So they'll probably have to pit one more time before the race is over, and it'll probably be with about 4 or 5 to go. There you see cars like Dougie Shears and company are on pit road. But Galligan still leads with Sheldon behind them. Now they're coming in the pit road. So it's going to be interesting to see who the leader is going to be now after all this. Because you have some cars who are on a different strategy than others. So this is one of those Talladegas, I think, where it can come down to who's got the better fuel mileage. And as we're trying to look around to see where people are running, to see who we can get caught up to. And I'm thinking maybe Ian Dutta is going to be the new leader if he can get around Galligan and Sheldon. And there's Sheldon up ahead, same with Galligan. And Dutta's getting held up by the slower machine of Zachary Fitzwater, who suffered damage from a previous wreck. And now Dougie Shears is now coming up into the picture. Same with Chase Oliver and Preston Plord are all entering into this battle. Shears and Plord go by, but I think Galligan cycled back around as the leader still. Chris Michaels back in the pit road. But with Sheldon and Galligan running by themselves, that's going to help these guys who are running right here, who are battling, which are Shears, Plord, Dutta, Oliver, and Dylan Young. That can easily help those guys get right up to the 25 and the 12 to make it a bigger pack for the battle for the lead, as Galligan has an under 2-second lead over Sheldon. But Sheldon's about to get caught by Shears and company, so that can help those guys get in a draft formation to get up to the back bumper of the 12 of Sean Galligan. Next time by, it'll be 10 laps to go here at Talladega. And now here they are, and now Shears and Oliver go by Galligan. They made it practically look easy, but now Dylan Young gonna work in, or at least he was working in a draft with teammate Galligan. But now it's going to be 3 wide for third, and Dutta's going to get the spot. But right now, Dougie Shears from Red Bull, Burger King Racing, and Pontiacs is the race leader, but Chase Oliver right behind him. And remember, Chase Oliver won earlier this season. If I remember right, he won back at Atlanta. Yeah, he won back at Atlanta. And he wants to maybe go for his second win of the season. So that way it can help him out towards a potential wild card spot. And he thought he was going to have his teammate Ian Dutta work with him, but Dutta wants to get the lead for himself. McCurry back in the pit road. That could be a sign that some of those cars who pitted earlier are going to have to pit here pretty soon. And that could be something good for those guys, because remember, Galligan and people like that are only about 3-4 laps to the good over them. And also, even though he may have to pit next time, but Dougie Shears, this is a hell of a comeback for him. Earlier in the race, after the first caution due to the confusion on the restart of the first restart of the race, Dougie Shears ended up getting penalized for not being in his right lane during the restart, and he had to come back in the pit road. Now he's up here in the lead. And Shears now pulling ahead from everybody else, and he's working in a draft with tail end of the lead lap car, Joshua Collard. And then he's got Dylan Thoreau and Angel Navarro up ahead, who are also tail end of the lead lap. And now Collard's going to go one lap down as a result. And now Dylan Young trying to make something happen to go for the lead underneath of Shears. And Jessica Shelton, who's up here in this battle as well, she wants to get to the lead. 3 wide for the lead right here. Shears up top, Young in the middle, Shelton on the bottom. Who led that lap? Dougie Shears did. Even though a few of these cars are either lap down or tail end of the lead lap, it's pretty much 7 lead lap cars up here in this battle up here trying to win this race. But who knows if they have enough fuel to make it to the end, because they may have to pit here in the next couple laps. Now Jessica Shelton is back up to the lead. Jessica Shelton does officially lead that lap right there. But now Galligan, whoa, almost contact with Shelton and Navarro. That would have made Shelton pretty upset, but now Galligan comes back down low trying to retake the lead. Galligan's had a strong car all race long. Yeah, and you see Plord and them using the bottom, using the apron, you would think, well, isn't passing below the yellow line illegal? Well, at this Talladega, on the straightaways, you can go down to the apron to make a pass if you want to. You just can't do it in the turns. Otherwise, you're going to wreck. And now a couple cars are on pit road who are up in that battle. Preston Plord, Chase Oliver, but there are more cars in pit road. That could be a sign that these leaders have to pit. Sheldon leads with 5 to go, but I don't think they're going to have enough fuel to make it. They may have to pit one more time here before too long. And who knows who would be the leader, because everything wouldn't get cycled around until about a couple laps after. And at that point, it'd be like 2 to go when it gets cycled. Ian Dutta now going to the point. But I think he's going to probably come into pit road here if he is. And indeed he is. Same with Galligan, Dylan Young, Dougie Shears. Jessica Shelton staying out. And she's the only one of the lead lap cars who are up at the front who stayed out. Everybody else behind her, on track behind her, are either tail end lead lap or lap down cars. Mostly lap down. But you get what I mean. But Jessica Sheldon leading the race with 4 laps to go, but she is going to have to pit probably this time by, otherwise she'll run herself out of fuel and cost herself the race. Let's see what Jessica's going to do. And she's coming in. And Chris Michaels, her former teammate, coming in too, but he's a lap down. But the field is pretty much just scattered all over the place as a result of everything going on with pit stops. So it's going to be hard to tell who is going to be the leader. And I'm almost thinking it could be Sean Galligan, because he's up ahead of quite a lot of cars. If Galligan can make it around Sheldon, Galligan could be the leader. Let's try to find Sheldon. There she is. Getting ready to come into turn 1. There's Galligan on the way. Sheldon, however, is getting really up to speed quickly. So I think now Sheldon's going to keep the lead for now. But Galligan's got a much faster car right now than Sheldon does. So Galligan, I think the race for the win is going to come down between Jessica Sheldon and Sean Galligan. That's the way I think it's going to be. And now Galligan, with a huge run in the tri-oval, is going to make the move for the lead look real easy. That's because Sheldon is about 10 miles per hour slower than Galligan, because Sheldon was still trying to get back up all the way up to speed. But now Galligan leads with 2 laps to go. But can Sheldon make a draft run to get up, either get help from behind or try to draft up with Danny Wells so she can get back up into the hunt? And don't forget also Chris Washer, he's a little slow. He could hold up Galligan, and that can help Sheldon get back up to him. Yeah, Washer is about 8 miles per hour slower than Galligan, so that can maybe help unless Galligan goes by. And Washer's going to slam the door on Galligan. And now Galligan goes low as the white flag is displayed for Sean Galligan, who has a 1-second lead over Jessica Sheldon. And Sheldon, well, I think she's going to stay second because third on back is way back here, about 5 seconds behind Sheldon. And Galligan steered clear of lap traffic. And he's pretty much got clear racetrack in front of him. Nobody ahead of him at this moment. Coming through the tri-oval for the final time, Sean Galligan, after 2 races of dominating and coming close, Sean Galligan wins the Aaron's 499 at Talladega. What a job for Galligan. After 2 races this season, when he dominated and finished second or got screwed over due to a pit stop or such, this time he dominates and wins. So 3rd time was the charm for Galligan. Great job for the 12 team. And that's the first time the 12 car has won a race in Walmart Cup Series in a long time. Probably since season 5. Because I remember Austin Weiner in his final season last season in that car, he didn't win at all. But let's take a look at the rest of the results. Jessica Sheldon gets a great finish of 2nd. She probably wished she had a draft partner. She could have gotten right back up to Galligan and could have been a one-on-one battle for the lead, but she'll still be satisfied with a great run like that. She definitely needed it. Ian Dutta redeems himself after last week getting wrecked out at Texas. Finishes 3rd here at Talladega. Dylan Young with a great run in the 4th spot. And Dougie Shears, first top 5 of the season for him. Chase Oliver, solid performance in 6th. Preston Blord with a solid performance in 7th. Tanner Sullivan, the highest finishing rookie, finishing 8th. Dylan Thoreau with a great run in 9th. And Dorian Facepuncher, solid 10th place finish. Rest of the top 20 was Angel Navarro, Dylan Poteet, David Rivera, Jeffrey Rose, Bob Jones, Trent Dunham, Charles Sanford, Alex Hawkins, Joshua Balkin, Charles Jackson. Excuse me. Rest of the lead lap cars, Matt McIntyre, Michael Norman, Rue McIntyre, Austin LaPlante, Kyle Corbett, James Silverfox, Jessica Shelton, Jessica Villanueva, excuse me. And then everybody who finished on back to 40th, from 28th on back to 40th, finished a lap or more down. Danny Wells, Chris Washer, Chris Michaels, Joshua Collard, Benjamin Miles, Anthony McCrory, Pichu London, Seth Cole, Cody Lamas, PJ Williams, Kyle Matthews, Stephen Pollard III, and Zachary Fitzwater. 2 cars finished out of the race. James McLeod, due to a blown motor that he had during the pace laps of the last caution, and then Jesse said he wrecked out under the second caution. But anyways, that does it for our coverage here at Talladega. Thank you guys for watching the Aaron's 499. Here are your results, rookie points and regular points heading into our next race, which I actually need to look at the schedule. Next race will be at Michigan. But anyways, this is Levi McIntyre signing off.